So, Feybreak update today. The patch notes and some of my theory crafting around them, and then some of my initial reactions. I played around 7 hours, but I wasn't really testing much of the new stuff. I just went for power leveling and then the tower boss and the new raid boss. So I haven't really tried much of the new structures. I tried the research thing and the expedition thing, but I'll get to that when I get to that. So starting with the Meowmere. It's a sword from Terraria. I think it's part of the collab at least. I haven't crafted and tried it yet. I will be making a new DPS comparison video with the new weapons. But it's a legendary sword added somewhere in the mid game. I think it was an ancient tech weapon. But we'll see how good it is. I'm gonna try to move on pretty quickly. There's a lot of patch notes, so I'm gonna try not to linger too much on any of them. New island, it looked cool. That's pretty much what I can say. It's protected by these anti-air turrets that you can destroy. Not sure if they respawn. I didn't really go for destroying them because my max speed Jetragon was outspeeding them pretty much, so I didn't get hit. You can also fly for a while and then dismount. If you do get hit, you die. They hit hard, but you kind of learn how to deal with them. Or you just use Dasimu or whatever ground mount you have, or your Gale Claw tech. The Feybreak Warriors, a new faction. Yeah, they used a lot of missiles and stuff. I didn't pay too much attention to what they were doing, and I haven't been to their new domain yet. The new resources, completely ignore these. I have not mined anything new. I was power leveling, but there are new resources, kind of like the pal metal and oil and everything we had before. New mechanic, expeditions. This I used a lot in these 7 hours. It felt very powerful, very good, at least for me, because I have so many good pals too. I could use like, I was sending out 5 missions at a time and the harder difficulties to just gather the slabs so I could try the raid. So it felt very good, this expedition thing. I'm gonna try it later to see how good it is for farming souls and ammo and stuff, but just for being able to AFK farm those slabs, it was very nice. The new mechanic research. This is something I discovered just as I was ending my grind. That this research thing, I was ignoring it because it looked like, oh yeah, you get some kindling work speed and whatever. But there was actually a tree for every work slot or work job to give you 2% boost in stats. So I only maxed 2 of these before defeating the raid boss. So there's a lot of stats to be had from this research thing. So it's also something you should really start doing as soon as possible. Predator Pals, I found 2 of them. Very similar to Lucky's. When I traveled to a base, I heard a noise. There was a Predator Pal outside the base. Kind of looked like a buff up Nocklim with some red mist or something. They are extremely difficult to kill. I mean, maybe when you're leveling and stuff. For me, I one-shot them or two-shot them with the rocket launcher. Got some stuff, built some new bags for inventory. I think I'll get to that. New bounty NPCs. You'll see them around the island. I just went and killed one. It dropped this token. I went to the small settlement, and there I found a NPC to trade for skill fruits and stuff like that. You also had there was some other items. I think those items will be revealed later in the patch notes, so we'll get to that. The attack chopper stronghold thing, I have not explored it at all. I did see the small oil rig just outside my raid base near Penking Alpha Boss. But I have not explored the big one. Maybe that's something I should do, but I've already done my grind for today. I will leave that for later. The player level has increased, but our stats did not increase. So I couldn't max out any more stats, which kind of means that the player is again like weaker in comparison to pals, unless that like we do get new armor and weapons. So I guess that kind of makes up for it, but without gaining more attack power overall, it feels like a slight nerf to Gobfin build overall, but not a huge deal I think. The new raid Xenolord, I've already posted a video about it. It's a crazy raid, super difficult. Maybe it'll be easier once you kind of figure out how to dodge and the mechanics. Like Rio felt impossible in the beginning as well. But I think it's you really want to max out that research and use the new souls. I think we'll get to that as well. But yeah, super cool pal as well. I haven't maxed one yet. I'm gonna breed and hatch and try to get a 4 out of 4 one eventually and do a showcase. But the fight itself was very cool. I liked it a lot. It's different from Ryu and Bellanor. There's no phase change. But you can see that in the Xenolord video. Sphere modules, I saw them in the tech tree and in the sphere bench, the workbench for spheres. But I haven't tried them yet. They'll probably be pretty good to use to catch pals. Just something new that's fun. Metal detector, I didn't use this, but it's probably going to be useful for finding some of those new ores, unless you can automate them. Not sure if they're automatable or not, I haven't checked them out. The pouches, I crafted 3 of them immediately. Very nice quality of life edition, I like it a lot. I don't like that you have to scroll in the inventory, but I mean, can't really complain, it's nice. Double jump boots, I didn't try them, they take accessory slots. I don't want to lose accessory slots to jump and stuff, but maybe it will be very good for dodging the new raid boss attacks. Stylish and practical. It might be something that once you get used to, like Gale Claw and stuff, it's going to be super useful. But you have to sacrifice an accessory slot, so yeah, I guess it's a kind of defensive item. You dodge more. Maybe you can keep reloading, so it's actually a DPS increase. If you don't have to roll to dodge, you can jump or dash, but so far, not sure about these. Bring your pals back to life. I mean, if it works in tower bosses and stuff, that's cool. I haven't tried it out yet. I revive my pals in the base by putting them in the base, and a pal carries them to the bed, so that also heals them to max very fast. Not sure if I'm going to use the revival potion. We'll see how viable it is. New cooking recipes. I did get some mamist food that was supposed to give 25% attack bonus, so slightly better than the burger. But I was also getting musarina meat from my expeditions. So I think you get mamist meat as well. So potentially food buffs are now, like attack food buffs and stuff can now be automated, which is very nice. Like maybe the musarina meat for the hamburger for work speed buffs, and then what did I say? Musarina, yeah, and then mamist food. The mamist food for the 25% buff. Not sure if I said musarina or mamist before, but anyway, the new food is mamist. Hardcore mode. Player and pal death is permanent. You gotta be pretty confident in the state of your game to not have bugs and stuff when you release this. And the first thing that happened to me when I logged in is that I fell through the ground and died to fall damage. So I'm not gonna be playing any hardcore modes until the bugs are fixed. Because literally the first thing that happened was that I died to fall damage from falling through the floor at a fast travel point and landing on a rock underneath the floor. So yeah, don't turn this on until everything is fixed. Probably like 1.0. Unless you're just like on a new save. If you're doing it on a new save for fun, yeah, sure, go for it. Random pal mode. I guess it's like those like hacked games you could play before, or like mods probably, when you got random pal spawns. Not sure, random by region, completely random. I think I saw a screenshot of a level 50 pal in the starting zone, so yeah, I don't think the levels are random or completely random. Well, if you have this, the spawns will be random, while you can find like a level 1 Shadow Beak in the starting region, this would have a level 50 Shadow Beak, or something like that. New area discovery bonus, exploring gives experience. I did see this, but I didn't really pay attention to how much experience I was getting. I just saw like, oh, nice, XP bonus. You can just fast travel around and get experience in the beginning. But there was another experience method, I think we'll get to it soon. New weapons. Yeah, all of these I will be doing a new DPS comparison video. Maybe using the white versions. Not gonna wait for the legendary versions. I don't even know how to get these legendary yet. We'll see, but there will be a new weapon DPS comparison video. We'll see if the quad launcher is still the best. I've been using it now since you don't have to aim while you're just flying around on a flying pal. It's pretty neat. New buildings. Alright, let's see. The large scale incubator sounds very nice. I haven't gone to try it yet because I didn't go for any ore. So I've unlocked it but not built it yet. We'll see if it's like this same kind of work as before, that you just have to right click so many eggs at a time. Hopefully it's a huge upgrade to breeding. We'll see how tedious breeding is this update. Guild chest. Think this might be the item people have been asking for, where you share items in all bases if you place them in this. The item retrieval machine was very nice. I placed it in my main base and I could search for stuff. So now I guess I don't really need filters anymore in the same way as before. I can just put everything in every chest and use this. We'll see how much I use it. It seemed nice. Medicine rack, the thing people have been asking for as well. A feed box but for medicine. Probably a very nice addition. Multiplayer item, so not something I use. Flea market. Sell pals. Large scale stone oven and furnace. Multiple pals can work together. Guess that's nice. Instead of having... I'm not sure, because the thing about having multiple furnaces is that you're queuing up. So if the queue is a lot longer on these, I haven't tried them yet, then I'm gonna be using these. But I like to queue up like 10 workstations at a time and then like leaving for a while. This just feels like you're gonna be queuing more often, unless the queue is now higher than X9999 or you can automate something. Not sure, we'll see how it goes. Skill fruit orchard, very nice. Now I can dismantle my skill fruit bases. I did check the skill fruits on the new island as well. I did not find anything new exciting on the skill fruit trees, on the first go around at least. But this will be very nice. I suggest you start immediately planting Diamond Rain and Icicle Line if you have them for the raid boss. Maybe Airblade, but Diamond Rain at least. You want like 30 to 45 Diamond Rains for the raid boss. Gold coin. I will do a comparison later. It takes ore, or yeah, it takes ore and turns it into gold, I think it was. We'll see how it compares to like a legendary sphere factory. Maybe just mining ore and making this will be better than a legendary sphere. I didn't actually check if legendary spheres are still selling for so much money. There's a lot of stuff I have not checked yet. Okay, gonna move my phone. Hopefully this works better. Okay, yeah, so there was a lot of stuff I hadn't checked, so like if they've nerfed Holy Burst or Seed Mine, or if they've changed any prices or any merchant stuff. That's something I still have to check. Ladders, players can now go up and down without needing to build stairs. Does this mean we can climb the oil rig ladder as well, or is this just ladders we build? We'll see. Pure quartz mine. I did unlock this. This was nice. I can remove my quartz base again. So that means with the skill fruit tree bases and the quartz base, I can move 5 bases without worrying about anything. Like a battery, this. So you don't need nocturnal now. Not sure how much electricity it stores, like how many you need. That's something I will also do in the future. Check out how many you need to sustain those 6 oil extractors. I did go to my oil base, they were still up. I haven't seen if you can still build double oil extractor, but at least they were still there. I'm not gonna destroy them until I've checked on another save at least. Okay, elemental treasure chest. I just found one in my 7 hours so far. It required a fire pal. I sent out my Ragnarok and it opened the chest for me, and the loot was like a junk pile. There were some dog coins and I believe like a sphere. Not very exciting. Okay, so player. We can sit in chairs. Okay, you can obtain bounty tokens by defeating field bosses. So this is something quite nice. When you defeat an alpha boss now, you get these like tokens that go in your key items. And they give you like, I'm not sure where it was. It was like 1% bonus to dark damage pals or something. They were all different, I think, but they were these like pretty small bonuses that add up. And that's another thing. I didn't really farm any of the new ones, so maybe that's something you want to do before taking on the new raid boss. Get those permanent buffs going. So while the new raid boss felt extremely strong, I was also lacking in the new souls, the PAL research lab thing, and these tokens. So all those things add up, and also like the new passives. We'll get to that. Player climbing speed has been increased. Well, that's nice. Okay, we can increase lift monk effigies. That's, I mean, I was hoping they wouldn't. I'm so tired of collecting lift monk effigies. Hopefully they like reduce the cost or something. I don't know. I might just stay on 12. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You can get sphere critical hits. I landed one of those. I caught one of Lucky Pal with a just aim for the head. Maybe it works with the homing sphere launcher. I haven't tried it yet. Okay, so this was a big one for me. Experience points gained from crafting and building have been increased, and you gain them everywhere. So with my like large amount of work speed pals that I have several bases working at full capacity, making stuff for me. I was gaining a lot of experience. Like it never stopped, so I couldn't really tell how much, but it felt like it was a lot. Like at least a level, I think, out of the 5 new levels was from just my legendary sphere factory, and it never stopped. So that was something cool. Not sure how much it is, like how long do you need to AFK and keep making legendary spheres to gain max level, but it didn't hurt, definitely didn't hurt. It made it so that going back to base and re-queuing stuff didn't feel like a waste while I was grinding experience. Player animations, the only thing I noticed was I had demon eyes. Like my eyes looked terrifying. I didn't look at the other stuff. Maybe it's like the dance and the pointing and stuff you can do with the wheel. I didn't check. Players should not be invincible for a few seconds of teleporting. Not something I noticed, but I know that you can teleport from base to base, like the same base over and over again. So I wonder how many seconds this is if you can just teleport to your raid base, shoot at the raid boss, start reloading, teleport to the same raid base. Like, is this a raid cheese? Maybe. Maybe something to consider. I doubt they made it that strong that you can just keep on teleporting and shooting quad missiles. But I guess, like, this is not something I used. I didn't read these patch notes before trying, but when I was doing the swap on the new raid pal, I kept on dying. So what if you go to the pal box, you quickly fast travel to the same pal box, and then you do the swap? Maybe. That's just a theory. We'll see if it works. So when mounted, pals now cancel any active skills that are in effect, allowing it to move immediately. This was very nice. Like before I was always changing when I could use my active skills, if it was on passive mode or if it was attack or aggressive. With this you could just send out your Ragnarhawk, let's say, let it send out a seed mine or circle vine, and then mount, or just not worry about especially Jet Dragon launching Beam Comet and wasting a lot of time. Base related. Yeah, walls can be upgraded if they're built. You don't need to dismantle them. I think you can do this with some of the structures. Not sure if it works with foundations and stuff. Okay, replaces foundation structures and defensive walls. Okay, nice. So it does work with everything. I mean, I don't use foundations yet because I'm always moving my bases, so this is nice for those that have been asking for it, I guess. New foundation, I don't care. Maximum base level. This also meant that if you had your base pal set on 50, when you logged in, you would have a couple of pal spheres on the ground. And I didn't notice that for a little while, so hopefully I didn't lose any pals. But yeah, I think I went down to 43, and then you need to level it up with the new structures, which I didn't do, since I didn't want to mine anything. I was grinding. But yeah, keep that in mind. Pick up your pals. Pal transportation has been worked when the player is not in the base. We'll see. I'll believe it when I see it. I haven't really tried it yet. but it sounds very promising. You can build more freely around the world. That also sounds nice. Not something I use a lot. Maybe you can use it for some kind of cheese with fighting legends or something. Wonder if this means you can build defensive structures, but yeah, we'll see. Somebody will find something clever to do with this. Okay, this is something I've been asking for. I think I made like 3 bug reports because I wasn't sure if I'd made them or not. But now it's time to actually test this brutal. That's another video. So much videos to make. It's time to test out shroomers and see if brutal work mode with a bunch of shroomers is better. I guess like you can set brutal work mode in a ranching base and stuff like that that doesn't cost any sanity. So ranching and all those that don't really cost sanity, put brutal, throw in a shroomer and a hot spring, and hopefully you'll drown in milk. Skins, that's nice. I don't care. Skins, yeah, I don't care. Skins, I don't really care. Ooh, Jigna skin. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. This is the stuff. I love skins. New skills. I did see a few of them. There will be a DPS comparison coming as well to update my DPS charts. I also need to double check if they tweaked anything like nerfing Holy Burst. So that's nice. A new tier of passive skills like kill me. Kill me. I've been breeding so many pals. I have a full pal box. And on that note, we did not get a pal box size increase. So, kinda screwed. My pal box is full. I will probably not be able to breed any armies of the new pals. I hope I might not even have space for one of each of the new pals. I'm gonna have to sell or butcher some of my rank 4s, 100 IV pals, or some of my template breeding pals or something, because like I couldn't pick up the 7 pals off the ground when I logged in. That's how full my pal box is. I couldn't move my Quartz base because I couldn't actually put the pals in the box. I had to make a bunch of viewing cages in my raid base just to move stuff around. So we'll see. These new rainbow passive skills are actually pretty insane. The ones I've seen have great stats. Like really, it's time to rebreed every single pal. Work pals, mounts, combat pals, different types of combat pals, like combat mounts as well. Like everything needs to be remade. I mean, it makes the game more fun, but it also, all those hours down the drain breeding. And my pal box is full, so it's not like I'm like, oh, I can just use those rank 4s to overwrite the old ones. Nuh-uh. They're also more rare, so we'll see if like the mutation is more rare, or if actually like breeding it is passing these passives also gonna be more rare. It's gonna be a lot of work. So maybe I'll just skip. We'll see. I might make a few perfect pals and compare, but for now my Sakura Gima passives will probably have to do, just because I can't fit. I might need to make a new save, actually. The old save might be done for. Because before it was like, oh, I want to keep all my perfect pals, but now they're just there, filling space and being not perfect anymore. And I don't want to sell them. It's a sunken cost fallacy or something like that. Okay. Work Suitability Enhancement books. I didn't find any of these, but it sounds like something that people have been asking for. Like you can make your Foxbark skin in level 5 or something. I'm not sure if it caps at 1. I'm not sure if you can use it on pals. It says increase. I doubt you can go from 0 to 1. But hopefully this makes it so you can skip on Jigness and Germantide and all those huge base workers. Like just having a bunch of Cativas and Foxbarks and stuff. People have been asking for it. I didn't find it though. We'll see who sells it or what reward it is. I haven't found it yet. Okay, so this has been lifted. This is not entirely true, or I'm just like reading it wrong. But for me, I thought like you could go infinite. It's just another tier of souls. So from large pal souls, we now have like giga pal souls or super pal souls or something. I got quite a few during my grind, and then I gave them all to my Frostallion for the raid. I have not used it on any other pals yet, but I think it's a huge difference in combat power. Like, it's probably the difference between being able to beat the raid boss or not. You are gonna want to farm these, and I got a couple from expeditions. So this is hopefully something that expeditions can take care of. Otherwise, I guess we're mass breeding pals that drop it, or Frostallion and using the crusher, hopefully. I didn't check if it was in the crusher recipe. But this is probably the most important buff, except for passives. I mean, the level increase did make IVs even more important, since IVs affect the stat gain when you're gaining levels. The difference between a bad IV pal and a perfect pal will now be larger, with 5 more levels. Something to keep in mind. And this is also interesting. So, pals will spam all their moves, the enemy pals. It's, I mean, most of the time I'm one-shotting wild pals on this save, so it's probably something that will affect you more when you're leveling. Like, it was quite nice before that you were not getting absolutely railgunned by ear cannon, aqua gun, dragon cannon, and everything from pals. Like, before they had downtime when you can actually shoot back. I think this means that you're just gonna get absolutely spammed with skills, especially when fighting a big pack. Like, the twin fight, the Necromus and Pelagius is probably much harder. They'll probably be just sending air cannon, air cannon, air cannon. We'll see. We'll see how hard it is. Alpha egg size change. Yeah, that's just a change. Added a filter function to the technology screen. Okay, that's nice if you like me are kinda blind and you scroll up and down and you can't find the specific saddle. So that's nice, if that is what it is. You can now add pals your favorites with a single button. Okay, just something nice. Pal sorting is nice. Just quality of life changes, I guess. Very nice. You can change the font. No longer becomes hidden over time. Okay. So that's just some stuff if you like it. You can now close windows with the tab key. Okay, there's some nice stuff here. Not sure how interesting this stuff is. Crime. Serious crimes. Okay. We'll see how fun this is. I always felt like the wanted level was kind of a leftover gimmick from development. Like, it never really affected much. The AI is very stupid. The worst part was when they killed the pal you were trying to catch on the sanctuary. Obstructing public officials. We'll see how this plays into the game. Like, how fun it is. How deep it is, I guess. Dedicated servers, I play solo, so this is nice for those that play online. Balance adjustments. Okay, so we got a new slider in the tech for people that don't want to deal with weight. I mean, I hate the weight mechanic, but I also like playing on default settings when I make videos, so we'll see. It would be nice to be able to not have to restock on missiles after like every 3 fights. And when you're leveling, like, just to be able to go and mine. I mean, even at max level now, I can take my Xenoguard party out and mine Quartz. I guess I don't need to anymore, but even the new stuff. So that's nice. Stuff has been adjusted. I didn't really see what had been adjusted. We'll see, probably like Jet Dragon saddle and stuff like that. Okay, selling price of pals. That's not something I ever checked, so it doesn't affect me. Okay, so the merchants have new stock, or it's been adjusted on prices. So we'll see if that's how viable it is now to buy high quality pal oil and pal fluids and wheat, eggs, everything while selling legendary spheres. Maybe stuff has changed. I did check the buying interface itself, and you still need to use that stupid slider thing and buy max and stuff like that for everything. So no quality of life bonus there, unfortunately. Okay, crafting rest, just some balance adjustments here. Okay, so this is interesting. This is a huge change for me personally. You can no longer spam rocket launcher to kill any pal. except for tower bosses, pretty much. You don't stun like alpha pals anymore. Like you can't go to Frostallion at level 59, or I mean 49, and shoot rockets over and over, and just permanently stun them. So it's definitely gonna affect my leveling process, especially now that they are level 60. But it was needed. The rocket launcher cheese was way too strong. You can still reload cancel, I checked that as well. So you can reload cancel, but you're not stunning anything with it. They like reach a bar when they get stunned, but it wasn't within like the first rocket anyway. So some technologies can be unlocked by defeating tower bosses. I didn't see this because I defeated them all before checking, I think. So, but that's nice. Just some reason to do the tower bosses. It's something I've been wanting. Like I wasn't sure what I wanted really, because I felt like I didn't want them to like lock you out of an area. Like, oh, you can't go to Mount Obsidian until you beat Lily. But I did want a reason. Before it was just the tech points, and then we got the books for that. So we'll see how that affects it. Work suitability changes. So some more level 4 pals. And so this was needed before, but with the new books, I'm not sure, or not books, like whatever it was that you could increase the work suitability with. So this is a nice change. I mean, Nocklan buff, it was already one of the best pals in the game, but can't complain. It's probably, now it's the best pal for wild nodes, or whatever you say, like Quartz was before the pit. So the new ores, you probably want to put a bunch of Nocklums in those spaces, if that's how it works. The legendary pals have new skills. I did notice my Jet Dragon spamming comets, and when I checked the stun against Frostallion, she tried to holy burst me. That's pretty much what I noticed. Fellbat buff. Absolutely crazy. This is insane. Why? Why? I mean, in my opinion, it's already the best partner skill, except for maybe Nocklan, but maybe they've adjusted player damage. So this is your healing maybe the same amount, or that the pals are now level 60 while you didn't get more attack, but I feel like the new weapons will probably make up for that. So I mean, yeah, this is I'm not complaining. I like Fellbat. Hopefully other pals get buffed as well. Because why is it only Fellbat? Like, there might be some hidden changes that we haven't seen. But yeah, that one confuses me. That's fun. Some bug fixes. I mean, new bugs get removed and new bugs come. I was falling through the floor as fast as soon as I logged in, pretty much every time. So this issue, they're lying. Okay, maybe a fast travel, but I was falling through the ground. I haven't fallen through the ground in a long time, but as soon as I fell through the ground like 10 times today. And I died when I didn't hit water. When I hit like rock. And since you're loading in, the screen is still black when I was dead. I couldn't glide to save myself. Okay, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll try to fight something and see how it goes. The tower bosses especially. Kiting them into the pillars is fun. Okay, we'll see. We'll see if the pathing is fixed there. Many other minor bug fixes. Oh, I don't like this. This is probably some pretty big impact stuff. Like maybe the partner skills don't do 2.5 times damage anymore. There's a lot of stuff that they kind of fix that have huge implications, like work speed on ranch was a big one. We'll see. New NPCs. I did see some new NPCs. There was some like person telling me my pal looked bad or something. Maybe these new NPCs are where you get the new items. We'll see. Okay, so just new NPCs, I guess. Slow down. Oh, I noticed this a lot. The sound was a lot better now. This was nice. A very nice change for me. New songs. Since I'm on my laptop without a headset recording on my phone, I didn't have in-game sound. It made everything a lot more difficult during my grind and tower bosses and the raid, since I couldn't hear my reload sound when it was done reloading, and I couldn't hear stuff like Comet Strike or anything. But yeah, that's just me. I like the music in Palworld, so hopefully these are just as good as the old music. And then first impressions overall. As I said, I didn't really do anything real in the game. I just grinded for the bosses and did the bosses, but I did use the expeditions a lot. I think I kind of brought up my first impressions during the time I was reading these. So the expeditions I liked. I didn't like that they had I got them to 9 minutes, and then I had 5 of them. So I was pretty much just expedition, going back to my base, doing some small stuff, and then it was time to go back and clear the expeditions again. Maybe I missed something, like you could put them on repeat or auto, but a 9-minute timer on something that gave the fragments, I felt like I really wanted to get them done as well. They were dropping souls and food and stuff, so there was a lot of good stuff in the expeditions. Hopefully it doesn't become this mindless grind of just running around and assigning pals and sending them off and waiting 9 minutes. Maybe increase the rewards and make the timer longer, or make it auto. I'm not sure. I'm probably just talking about something I don't understand yet. We'll see. But yeah, first impressions, I think I covered everything while I was reading this patch notes. Not a lot to say. The video became a lot longer than I intended, so I probably talked way too much. But all in all, a great update, a huge update, very bigly. One of the biggest. I'm a big fan of this update so far, and I haven't even tried most of it. I was just doing expeditions and the raids and the bosses, fighting the new pals a bit, just leveling, just good old Palworld, I've only been using Sakura Gima stuff so far, so it's time to, when I get back to my main PC, actually use some of the new stuff, maybe do a new save, maybe a new let's play or one of the challenge modes to see what the leveling is like, but I really want to experience the new endgame for real. There's a new oil rig as well. I haven't been to it. I think I mentioned that when I was reading as well. So I'm gonna stop repeating myself, and just for now, thanks for watching.